Hello everybody and welcome to Outdoors Britain. In this episode we are returning to the golf course permission. Yeah, that's right, I haven't actually been down there since last year and it's now May. So yeah, I would have been down a lot sooner, but I think I said in the last shooting video the reason why I haven't actually been down there is because they've had a few problems with vandalism and whatnot, but I haven't seen any other reports of any more vandalism, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's alright tonight. Yeah, I just don't really fancy leaving things like the Outdoors Britain Audi or the Outdoors Britain truck or the Outdoors Britain Beamer parked up on the course. So yeah, anyway, don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully everything will be alright tonight. Yeah, although when I called the police and put in the usual courtesy call, they did say if I get any problems, just call them. So yeah, I think that'll be what we'll have to do. Yeah, so anyway, enough of my rambling and let's get on our way. And we have returned to the golf course permission. Now, I've just come into the main car park just to have a quick look, see how many cars are here, to get a rough idea of numbers, you know, of people that are still out on the course. Well, there's a few, but that isn't too many. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll have a quick look on the course here, because there's a nice little vantage point on the other side of these conifers where we can sort of see down and across this side, which is the main course. And if there's nobody here on the main course, that means everyone that is still here will be on the small course, which is over the road, which means they'll be just sort of finishing, because that's kind of where it finishes down there. And in fact, no, it doesn't actually. That's after the first. The next 6 are on the small course. No, the next 9 are on the small course across the road, and then the last 8 are back on this side. So yeah, if everybody's over there, they shouldn't be over there for too long, basically. Right, let's go and have a look, see how many people are still out there. Well, see, him and him, they aren't far from finished. Walkers down there, but they're fine, they're on the public footpath, so that makes no difference to me. One thing I will say though is, where's my light gone? There it is. One thing I will say though is it's supposed to be a full moon tonight. Well, it is a full moon tonight, and that usually spells disaster on here. It makes it very, very challenging, because it is quite an open course. There's not a lot of trees in the middle, especially over where we're going to be heading. And now the weather's warmed up, I'll bet the last pound in my pocket there's a load of dog walkers all over on the small course. Right, let's go and have a look over on the small course. Right, we've arrived back on the small course. So, keeping in tradition, we're going to walk all the way up the big steep hill and have a look from the vantage point to see if there's anybody out playing golf. Well, I suspect there's probably 1 or 2, and I guarantee there's a few dog walkers about. Let's get up that hill and have a look. Just while we're walking up the hill, yeah, I haven't been here for months. Obviously there was all that really bad weather we had for months since Christmas, and then obviously with the other problems, kind of put me off a little bit. And also I've been quite busy on the farm permission too. Anyway, hopefully now spring has well and truly sprung, we might just have something to go at on here, because it was getting challenging. You know, there wasn't really much to go at. Anyway, nearly at the top of the hill now. Right, we're almost at the top, and those people there, they've already been round this side, same as that person there, and him down there. Yeah, they've already been on this side. Let's go and count how many dog walkers are still wandering around. Yeah, this hill is a lot steeper than it looks. And yeah, I am blowing a little bit. At the top of the hill. Bunnies! I don't know if they came up. Right, what have we got? Haven't seen a single rabbit yet. What have we got here? A dog walker. How did I guess there'd be dog walkers over here? Any golfers? They golfing? No, they're trees. Need my eyes testing. Oh. No. Right over there. Have a little walk a bit further along. It doesn't look like there's any golf on over this side, which is good. Hopefully that one dog walker disappears through the gap in the bushes down there and disappears back into this little housing area here, where a lot of them come and park. Most of them don't even live there, they just drive up and park there in the street to come and walk their dogs around here. It's naughty. See, the thing is, they don't come when the golf's on because the golfers tell them where to go. Funny that, isn't it? I mean, what's happened here? I've been here for so long, it almost that didn't used to be exposed chalk. That didn't used to look like that. I haven't seen anything moving. We might have our work cut out. Right, let's get back to the car and oh, too close. Yeah, let's get back to the car, get the HW100 hybrid out. Let's go. Let's see if we can bag a bunny or two for the pot. But before we do, I'll probably check zero. Where's my light gone? There it is. Yeah, probably check zero first, as I usually do. But funny thing is, I didn't check my zero last time I went to the farm permission. I just went straight out and it was spot on. Didn't miss anything.
Funny that. Anyway, I'll definitely check it here, because you usually have to make sort of longer than average shots on here, you know, mainly due to the lack of cover. You know, you have to sort of take shots from a bit further away, as it's a lot harder to stalk stuff here, you know, through the sort of open fairways and things. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's go and get a pop stick out. Right, quick sit rep. We are back at the car, and had a bit of a sort of unexpected change of events. Although there's some very, very light cloud and lots of blue sky up there, it started to rain. Now, I don't mind a bit of rain, skin's waterproof and all that, but the HW100, if it gets wet in the rain, it's a pain, because I have to strip the whole rifle and dry everything individually, go over it with a oily cloth, as it were, and put it all back together and then re-zero it, which I can only really do here or at the farm permission, because I just haven't got the distance in the Outdoors Britain garden. So I'm not sure quite what to do. See, I don't want to waste any time, and I want to try and make the most of it over here, because it's been a while. Yeah, let's get the gun out. See you in a bit. And back to the car. For a nice cold bottle of water. Well, sorry about the poor light. Well, that's really pissed me off, actually. First time I've been here in probably half a year. Realistically, it's been ages. I haven't been here since last year, and everybody saw me hit that, yeah, and I can't find it. I've just spent ages crawling around in the stinging nettles, the brambles and the hawthorn bushes trying to find that one, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, inside those bushes it does slope sort of like down a bank away from the pathway, and it kind of, it's hard to explain, but it sort of channels into a couple of rabbit holes that are quite deep. So I think it sort of flipped and flapped and rolled down the bank and into one of those holes. Oh, what a nuisance. Still. Yeah. Bit of a pain, but what can you do, eh? It's nice. It has been nice coming down here and doing a lap, but been a lot of dog walkers and it's a lady jogging. But see, now the lady that's out, or she was out jogging, that doesn't faze me at all, because she's keeping to the public footpath, and I know where the public footpath is, and she is absolutely, completely, 100% safe on that public footpath. I won't ever shoot towards it, yeah? But the dog walkers that turn up and just use the place like a public park and just roam here, there and everywhere, that's where we start getting safety issues, you know?
still. Well, it's meant to be a full moon tonight, but it's quite cloudy. And yeah, we've had a bit of on and off rain, and there was a moment where I did have to take shelter at one point. Not for very long. Only, unfortunately, they've had some tree work done, and some of the conifers, which used to have sort of cover, like almost all the way to the ground, they've all had, I suppose you could call it a crown lift. Yeah, but unfortunately they've cut a lot of my cover, like a lot of bits that they've now cut away. I used to lay under, so I was nicely hidden and blended in, you know. And yeah, so I've lost some of the cover in a couple of the places that are usually quite good for a rabbit, you know. Yeah. I don't know. Can you crown lift a conifer? Yeah, they sort of look like giant Leylandii eyes, but like really giant. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but yeah, they sort of look like giant Leylandii eyes, and they've had a lot of the lower limbs, well, all the lower limbs removed, right up to about sort of 5-6 foot, you know. Oh, pardon me. Right, I think I'll have another quick slurp of this water and head back out, because I have seen, that would be, what would that one be? That would be the fourth one I've seen. The first one I could actually get a shot on. So, yeah, I have seen a couple of foxes lurking around, but we haven't got the firepower for them, unfortunately. Section. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I am going to have one last swig of this water, and we are going to head back out onto the course. Now it's nice and dark. So hopefully the next bit of footage you see will be on the pod. See you in a bit. And I'm home. That rabbit is now skinned, gutted and butchered by the beautiful Mrs. Outdoors Britain, and is now in the freezer waiting to become a Cooking with Game episode. Yeah, I'm really glad I got that second one. I was so annoyed that I couldn't find that first one. Anyway, gonna keep this one short and sweet. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. That is the end. Thank you for watching.